As far as the consumer is concerned, we all know we are looking forward to better products, a guarantee to have the value worth of what we have paid for. And with the present setup that we were all accustomed to, you go to a shop, look for things, whether you get it or not, things have changed dramatically, drastically, and you have access to information available on the net and various other sources, including, let us not forget, our traditional way of getting to know about products through our own friends. It's your own friend who comes and introduces you to certain products, saying that this is what I purchased and I found it better. Very often you do ask your own friend, how do you find this vehicle that you have purchased, or how do you find this particular TV that you have purchased, or what is your report about the air conditioners that you have purchased. It is basically a concept where here with the direct selling, you are now interacting a new kind of a way of trying to get to know the product, buy the product, and also, like we are seeing, there are certain built-in guarantees which certain companies are offering, including the warranties and buybacks, where there is an element of assurance. I would also like to touch upon the basic concept that whenever you are buying any product, first thing that comes to the mind is not merely getting your value worth, but what other incentives are attached to it. Very soon you will be having the monsoon coming up, so there will be better discounts for air conditioners. Or very soon, with September coming close by, maybe you need to buy your vehicle before September. So after September there could be some other discounts and freebies that would be available. All these things do play on the mind. This is a scheme where basically, apart from what you are going to buy and what you are buying, if you are satisfied with the product, you spread by the word of mouth, by your own goodwill, and for that there is an incentive attached, which could be by way of our traditional things that we are seeing. You take credit card from so and so bank and you don't have to pay the surcharge that you are going to pay for maybe purchasing fuel. You buy some other product and you will get another benefit thereby. You are going on collecting points, and those points could be redeemed, or you could use those points for getting discounts with products. So these kind of schemes are already prevailing or already available. Similar kind of structure is what we are seeing with this direct marketing. Then what is the problem as far as the consumer is concerned? What I feel is inadequate legislation on this entire issue. What we are looking at is some traditional 1978 PCMC Act by which we are trying to correlate the two things, and anything that you are doing. Let me give you the example of the insurance agents. Most of the chartered accountants, tax consultants I have come across are indirectly agents of LIC in the name of their wife or mother or someone. That's how they are trying to push. How it happens? The similar kind of structure that we are all traditionally aware of, and which you have probably forgotten because this is a new scheme that has come up before us, and everybody is now looking at that. Why? Because some persons have taken some action over certain developments that we are all now getting to know. Going back into what has been traditionally seen as marketing and selling tactics, there is nothing new that is happening to us. But then what is really lacking is adequate and suitable legislation. Looking at some of the points, even under the Consumer Protection Act, you have what is unfair trade practices. Various big section 2R, I believe, is what is talking on unfair trade practices. We are actually now trying to look at another issue where what is commercial purpose is not at all understood. Here in direct selling, at a certain level where there is some kind of even getting your benefit in one way or the other, is where you could actually be earning points which could be encashed. The moment you are looking at that encashment kind of a scheme, you are getting into what can be chit fund scheme and things of that sort. I think that needs to be differentiated. The kind of direct selling that is now coming up is globally acceptable. That is how it's happening for every consumer. Every person here is a consumer. Every citizen here is who's going to be concerned with it. And from that point of view, it's necessary to really regulate this entire industry if you are looking at direct selling as an industry of a kind of an industry in its own way. That kind of regulation is lacking, and that needs to be considered at the top priority. If that is addressed, if that issue is properly addressed, I think the myths, misconceptions, and even misinterpretation which is left to people who can then disorient the entire concept would be prevented, or maybe at least curtailed, to try and understand the scheme better and to have adequate protection from a consumer's point of view. I think that is what is at the root of things as far as the consumer is concerned, and that's how I would like to look at it, waiting for a proper legislation on that issue.